King Kong, the eighth wonder of the world. The Indominus Rex, the untamable king. Or in this case, queen. When someone thinks of some of the strongest animals Mother Nature blessed our worlds with, two come to mind, the gorilla and the Tyrannosaurus Rex. So here's two juiced up versions of them. Let's put them in the ring on this episode of Firey Throwdown. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Always wanted to say that. Well, too bad we're talking about Jurassic World instead. And these stupid bastards decided, you know what, a T-Rex isn't dangerous enough. Let's make one better. So what happens when you mix a T-Rex, Velociraptor, Carnotaurus, Giganotosaurus, Bajungosaurus, Rugops, Therizinosaurus, tree dart frog, cuttlefish, and pit viper? Well, you get this horrid crime against nature. A very big crime against nature. She is 20 feet tall, 40 feet long, and anywhere from 7.2 to 9 tons. Anywhere because the guidebooks were stingy and they all say different things. And here's the kicker. She's not fully grown. Both her bite and claws have shown to pierce through bulletproof glass. Her intelligence shown to be able to manipulate other people, problem solve, set traps, etc. And most importantly, it can camouflage! Thank you, unnamed ACU goon. Now, as you can see, this camouflage is so good that it can fool people. This is because of the cuttlefish DNA. Cuttlefish are insane. I mean, come on, look at it go. If that's in there, she could probably turn into anything. She's been shot in the mouth with a shotgun. She's taken a bite from the Mosasaurus without being split in half. She's fought Rexy one-on-one, until Blue came in, that is. But most importantly are showings of biting through and headbutting through bulletproof glass, getting struck with an RPG in her flank and getting back up, and somehow having enough energy to not only hold up the entirety of Jurassic World 1, but also most of Camp Cretaceous. Because we both know that no one watched after the Scorpius died, and there wasn't an Indominus Rex to hold up the show after that anyway. And in the final confrontation, she was fighting 4 Velociraptors, killed 3 of them, a T-Rex in Rexy, whilst also getting shot at by Owen Grady. But even after her death at the hands, or jaws, of the Mosasaurus, she remains a reminder to why you should stop messing with nature. What do you mean they did it again? On a remote island out in the middle of, well, basically nowhere, there is a great war lasting for thousands of generations between the devilish Vestatosauruses and to the natives for godlike Kongs. And this war ended in the 1930s with the last of the great Kongs, or one could say the King Kong. So you're probably imagining it to be some sort of giant mystical beast, but no, it's just a really big gorilla. But saying just a gorilla is about the same way of saying, oh yeah, you know, it's just a shotgun. And gorillas are absolutely bananas, so let's get into it. Gorillas are absolutely something else, and I should definitely go into a more in-depth explanation of them, but we're here to talk about King Kong, so I'll keep it brief. Their bite force is enough to crush a bowling ball, so that should translate over to the big guy. And apparently, according to Google's AI overview, their punch feels like getting hit by a car going at 30 miles an hour. But I don't think you should trust AI overview, considering it likes to make you put glue in pizza. Scaling up to the big guy, however, that's probably going to hurt even more. And he certainly knows how to punch. Debatably, he could also use tools, but real-life gorillas don't really, and he doesn't really either, so probably going to be just a grappling match. But that's how any gorilla would have wanted it anyway. But we do have to address the elephant in the room, or the Statosauruses in the room, because King Kong fought 3 Vestatosauruses with one hand, basically, and one. Now, there's a lot to unpack here. They were most likely young and possibly inbred, depending on who you ask, so it's not entirely the fact that he just John Wicked a few dinosaurs, but it still helps him because he's about to fight one. Though, funnily enough, both of their best durability feats come from human-made weaponry, as King Kong was able to take down 3 of the 6 biplanes that, you know, shot him down at the end of the film, which is really impressive because, well, he was being shot with essentially machine guns. Sure, it's World War I era machine guns, but it's still machine guns. And the fact that he took down 3 of the 6 on top of that is really impressive. But at the same time, you might as well just not fly right next to the house-sized monkey trying to take down your plane. You have a ranged weapon, use it. Ugh. Either way, it's still impressive. And then they had the audacity to say it wasn't the planes that killed the beast, it was the beauty or whatever they said at the end of the film. It was clearly the planes. Did you not see him fall? Or did they just think she pushed him off or something? I don't know. Either way, despite having a tragic end to the species, King Kong is now here on Firey Showdown to show he's still the king. Alright, we've blazed through their backstories, and the arena is heating up. It is time for our second Firey Throwdown. Whoa, talk about roast dinner. Now, before you get all up in arms about Kong losing, hear me out, there's good reasons. First of all, strength. Here's what Kong can do to a bus, and here's what the bull T-Rex does to a bus that is stated to be directly under Rexy. And even if you said that he was stronger than Rexy in this scene, the Indominus is shown to absolutely dominate T-Rexes like Rexy, who should at least be comparable to this bull T-Rex in a fight. So Indy's stronger then, right? So what about durability? Kong can clearly take that, right? Here's what a harpoon gun does to him. Let's see what happens when the modern military engages the Indominus. And this is before she gets back up and fights a T-Rex and 4 Velociraptors later. T-Rex that, again, I will show you, can do the winner is the untamable king, the Indominus Rex.